25. It just happens to be as I like to call it, a magnificent Monday. Yes, indeed. And because always shows of the time, it is the second Monday, month of December. It's the second of 5 Mondays actually for this month. And as you can tell, every second counts now because it's taking us a tad bit closer to the end of the year. Now, we have a lot to unpack today, as always, starting with the big stories. But before I get there, every day is special to someone, and today holds special value for me as it marks my 7th wedding anniversary. Yes, indeed. It is an honor and privilege to be locked in the shackles of blissful marriage to one person who I happen to be desperately crazy about. So I'm excited to be here, and hopefully there is more happiness reserved for the years to come. Now, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this to tell you that if you are not up to 7 years in marriage, please don't try me. You understand? When you see me, don't test me. Put some respect. More importantly, come to me for marital advice. I know a few things that you don't know yet. But if you are above 7, well, I think I will return the favor and treat you with the respect that you deserve. But it's amazing to be at this spot, and I couldn't have asked for a better deal. All right, we begin, as we always do, with the big stories. The federal government has secured the release of 100 abducted Niger students. The PDP power struggle escalates as the FCT minister and his allies rally at his Abuja residence. The governor is not in violation of the Constitution, legal expert claims. And hoodlums attack a church in Anambra, killing 2. At 4 o'clock, we'll be talking about Nigeria's feat. This is as the president praised the armed forces for thwarting a coup in Benin Republic. Well, I'm certain you know there are lots of hot takes and perspectives to that conversation, but I'll have an expert join me to break it down. At 5 o'clock, we'll be looking once again at the River State Assembly. All of the pros and cons, the intricacies, the what and the what not connected to the defection that rocked the political scene last week. 6 brings the major news. After that, it's open season. So do what you always do. Stay with me.
When in dire need of
School children abducted from St. Mary's Private Catholic Primary and Secondary School in Papiri, a local government area of Niger State. The children were among the 315 people kidnapped when terrorists attacked the remote community on November 21. The gunmen, who arrived around 2 a.m. on motorbikes, stormed the school dormitories for more than 3 hours, taking 303 students and 12 teachers into the nearby forest. Excuse me. 50 pupils managed to escape within the first 24 hours, leaving 265 people, including 253 children and all the teachers, still in captivity until this release of 100. Following the attack, the federal government imposed a 24-hour security cordon and launched aerial surveillance across parts of Kwara, Kebbi, and Niger states. President Bola Tinubu also cancelled his planned international travel to focus on the rescue efforts, while authorities ordered the indefinite closure. So around half of those who are still in captivity have been released. And the same questions that came up the last time there was a release of this magnitude comes up this time again. After the break, we ask and hopefully we answer. The 100 school children released, and this is according to statements by the federal government. But the question that still stands, details of their release remain unclear, including whether it was secured through negotiation or by force, and whether, this is the big one, any ransom was paid. Still, we do not have any information on that. The same way we did not with the previous release, rather. The only thing we got, I believe, was an interview with Bayo Nanuga where he said that the bandits were contacted. The terms and conditions of that contact, the nature of it, Nigerians are yet to understand. But CAN, the Christian Association of Nigeria in Niger State, says it has not received any official confirmation on reports that 100 abducted students from St. Mary's Catholic School in Papiri have been released. State CAN Chairman Bishop Bulus Yohana said neither the association nor the affected communities have been formally notified. Said it will be a thing of joy if the reports are true, but added that CAN is still waiting for official communication. The school was attacked on November 21 when bandits kidnapped 315 people. Now, this was CAN's position earlier today, morning/afternoon. So we have no idea if that has changed, and we're hoping that that is the case. But it's important that the community and CAN, because it's a Christian school, so they seem to have some role. There are also speculations, I believe, that the owner of the school seems to be the chairman. Not sure about that, so just let that be. So obviously they are an interested party. But we wait for the updates on this, the development, to know the what, the why, the where, more importantly, the how. All right, we go from that to the PDP. Yes, indeed. The lingering crisis in the party took a new turn on Sunday as the party's board of trustees, loyal to the FCT Minister Wike, held a meeting at his official residence. In attendance were key leaders including former Abia Governor Okezie Ikpeazu, ex-Deputy Speaker Uche Muche, Acting National Chairman Abdulrahman Mohammed, and National Secretary Samuel Anyanwu. BOT Chairman Senator Mao Ohuabunwa urged members to rise above sentiments, noting progress in constituting caretaker committees to conduct congresses in states yet to hold theirs. He added that individuals threatening the party's peace have been sanctioned to protect the PDP and restore confidence among members. Well, two factions now claim PDP leadership, but no court has ruled on the legitimacy of either side. This is usually how ships sink. The minute two captains emerge, you're looking at the beginning of the end. And I have to commend the PDP. They have been through a lot. This is not the first time the PDP has seen factions, but it has remained the PDP. In the wake of the formation of the APC, 2014, there was also a problem like this, and some people pulled out, calling themselves the new PDP. At every turn, a group claims to be the legitimate faction. The PDP has its fair share of trials and tribulations, but it stands. But this one, experts, analysts have said the PDP might not survive this one. They just might not, because it doesn't seem like anyone is backing down. So as always, time will tell. We watch and we wait. More importantly, Sam Chinedu will have those conversations on radio. But a person come to at the point you would not blame any of the governors who have defected is that the argument for defection is no longer about a one-party state. Remember, as governors defected from the PDP to the APC, most analysts said, well, it's in a bid to push further the agenda of a one-party state. Mr. President cannot stand opposition. Everyone is moving to the APC. Democracy cannot be healthy. And all of those perspectives were shared. Now, those governors who defected are looking like they have foresight. They saw what we did not see. Some claimed at the time that the tensions were not as escalated. But it was always bad. Let's not kid ourselves. So those governors can now say, well, as you can clearly see, there are problems within the PDP. As a matter of fact, the River State Assembly members used this same problem to say, well, they can't stay in the party. The crisis is just not in their best interest. If they must serve their people and bring quality representation, it has to be on a platform that is united. And at this time, the PDP does not fit that profile. And you won't blame them, because that is the absolute truth. For one, you might say it's an excuse. For another, it's a reason. But for either side, you cannot say that they're lying. So let's see what comes out of the PDP. Let's see what becomes of the party. Will it survive this? Will there converge? Will there be a reconciliation? Will one faction go on to form a party or join another party? How this will play out, time will tell. All right, to move from that to other matters. Now, if you remember, and I'm certain you do, last week, lawmakers of the River State Assembly announced their defection. They said they'd had enough. They had to move to the APC, where, according to the grass was greener. An announcement made by the Speaker of the House was that the governor also had not constituted a cabinet, and he was in breach, violation of the Constitution. Well, somebody who understands how the Constitution works has a response to that. Dr. Chukwuma Chinwo says, Governor Fubara has not breached the Constitution by not sending the names of commissioner nominees to the River State House of Assembly. In an interview with correspondent Toyinka Chinwosu, Dr. Chinwo says Governor would only be in breach if his nominees are not spread across the local government areas. Let's hear the good doctor.
coronation of Samuel Nna Oboni on the 4th of December.
Okay, that's definitely not it. That's not it at all. Okay, I seem to not have that.
We cannot.
He also added his voice to the defection of 17 lawmakers of the River State House of Assembly from the PDP to the APC. Chinwo says the decision of 10 lawmakers not to defect with the 17 is influenced by the FCT minister.
We all know that what is happening is the Wike politics. He chose those who will go, just like he did in the local government elections. Those who will go to APC, those who go to they're all his strategic plans. So he knows why he has left this. According to him, he will work with those who remain. He knows why he chose this one to remain, or why he allowed the other ones to decamp. None of those who decamp has his own mind. With all due respect to them, none of the people in the House of Assembly has acted on his own. They are all in collaboration with the FCT minister, who is their political leader.
All right. Well, you've heard the man say those who stayed back are waiting on orders, and once they receive those orders, they will move. But I think I have what I'm looking for now.
With all respect to the speaker, he misconstrued the constitution. The constitution says, yes, the governor shall appoint commissioners. The commissioners, when appointed, to reflect the federal character of the spread of the state. But it did not say that the governor will appoint commissioner or appoint minister at a particular time. That is why the Buhari, the first senior for 6 months, didn't appoint. That's why the APC governor then in Osun State for 1 year didn't run with commissioners. It's good to appoint commissioner, but you know that a lot of states are involved, including the attitude of this House of Assembly.
All right. So it's a classic argument, lawyer versus lawmaker. Well, political scientist Dr. Obi Nawadi says the 17 Rivers lawmakers have every constitutional right to choose their political party. Speaking on their move from PDP to APC, he agrees that internal crisis in the PDP contributed to their decision.
The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria provides that individuals have freedom of choice. Because they have freedom of choice, nobody can stop them from taking any decision regarding whatever association they have to belong to. And so, having found that with the present situation in the People's Democratic Party at the national level, they may not be able to have their political ambition. And so, they have decided to jump ship.
And just like Dr. Chinwo, Dr. Wadi also believes that the 10 are waiting on orders. They may eventually move to the APC. All right, we go from that to the final headline before I take your thoughts, and it is on insecurity. Just when I thought that we were going to catch a break. Well, the Punch reports that some yet to be ascertained armed assailants attacked St. Andrew's Anglican Church, Isiokwe, in Lilu community of Ihiala local government area, Anambra State, killing 2 persons, burning vehicles and the cleric's apartment. When the church premises was visited, it was gathered that the wife of the priest of the church was among the 2 persons killed, while some parts of the church building was burnt. The premises and environs appeared deserted, or some properties were seen littering the place. Eyewitnesses and residents confirmed that the incident, which occurred in the early hours of Sunday, disrupted church activities and sent panic in the area. One of the sources said a brutal attack occurred at the church in the early hours of Sunday. Armed hoodlums invaded the church as worshippers were getting ready for Sunday activity and started shooting, setting properties on the church premises, including buildings, ablaze. Okay. So yet another attack. And, you know, when these attacks happen in different regions, we first question who we think is responsible. If there is a kidnapping, a killing in the north, well, we just say it's bandits. If it happens in the east, you're very careful. You say, okay, maybe this one is unknown gunmen or bandits that are not exactly from the northern part of the country. But like I like to say, it's insecurity nonetheless. There are variations of it, different monikers, but the results are the same. Regardless of who's doing it, it's people being abducted and killed in the north, the south, the west, and the east. So the family members, those who are bereaved, will not say, well, this one is not as painful because the person who killed my relative, speaks Igbo. Doesn't change anything. It's pain nonetheless. And so, once again, our security forces must do something about insecurity. Because, like I said, and even though we've had a reduction in the frequency, once upon a time it was weekly, eventually it became daily, and now it seems to be going back. This has to be tackled once and for all. Because there's no explanation, no justification. Unprovoked. Well, we don't know the backstory. But hoodlums invading that community, going to the church, killing people, including the wife of the priest, setting buildings ablaze, setting cars. It's almost like there's a grudge, you know. So we're hoping that police in Anambra State can give answers to the many questions plaguing those in that community and by extension Nigerians. Well, it's time for you to be a part of the conversation. The numbers to call 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp is 080 903 06416. Well, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nigerian Info PH. You can watch, listen, and engage. Please turn off your radio as you call. The federal government secures the release of 100 abducted Niger students. The PDP power struggle escalates. Legal experts affirms that Fubara is not in violation of constitution for not constituting his cabinet. And hoodlums attack a church in Anambra, killing 2. All right, I'll start with messages. I slowly take calls. 7 years, now 7 days, clear road for the oracle. Oh, thank you, my dear. Thank you. It's not easy. It's not easy. We have seen things. That's how we roll. Happy marriage anniversary to you, Sam. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Sam. Congratulate the federal government for the release of the abducted children. That's from Ipalibo Taylor Harry. All right. Thank you very much. More years of marital bliss. Incessant terrorist abductions and release without arrest and penalties only point to the populace that something is fishy between the terrorists and the authorities concerned to curb this disturbing menace, Ibim says. All right. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Samar, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Comrade Clinton. I'm calling from Bori.
All right, go ahead.
The release of the 100 adopted Niger students, I think, is something that we should commend the security agencies for doing the needful. And going forward, we should be able to prevent the recurrence of situations like this. We shouldn't just react. We should prevent. We should stop it from occurring because it doesn't paint us well as a country. Our police officers must be up and doing. The local vigilantes must be up and doing. Then the community people. Security is everybody's business. It must not be only the security agencies that will do the needful. We must also give them information. Information gathering is important in combating crime. If we are able to do that, I don't believe that this thing will continue to recur. It's becoming something that is very common in this country. So we should put a stop to it once and for all. Then on the issue of Fubara not in violation of the constitution for not setting up the cabinet, please, people should not just play politics with this legality of this. It's not about legality. It's not about governance. Those commissioners are supposed to be doing a particular job. Please appoint commissioners so that we will know who to hold responsible in areas that are having challenges in this state. That is what we are saying. It's not about the legality. It should constitute a proper cabinet so that we can know who to hold responsible when we have
No, but Clinton, hold on. You have to start from the beginning. While I completely agree with you that there should be commissioners, that statement was in response to an earlier statement. The Speaker of the House said that the governor was in violation of the Constitution. So this was the response. I don't think this person... Well, the person is a lawyer. So I'm telling you that while it's important, I also want commissioners. You have to tackle it from the beginning.
I understand. But the government is needful and just quality implementation.
All right. I agree completely with you. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I come from Wike.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to discuss a bit over the weekend. Governor about that. This case is just more in the water. We cannot get the grip of PDP anymore. So and you people declare PDP more freedom. We can not in PDP. If you look at the source of PDP as I'm talking to you now, some of them are PDP. The only place that they make it to look more kind of relevant to PDP. As I'm concerned, the way PDP is now, Wike has no, I don't think he has any power in PDP, protect PDP. So what he's not doing is just happening, trying to make the people understand the one thing or the other. But as I'm concerned, he's not in power in PDP. He does not have any mostly in PDP as PDP stands now. So that is my position on that. On the issue of the reduced the government of the state has what happened that KBC or whatever. They need to explain to Nigerians how they do whatever that has happened.
All right. Thank you very much. Some part of it was not clear. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Chinedu. I'm talking to you for Mokuta.
All right. Go ahead.
First of all, we should begin to thank the Nigerian military for the first rescuement of the children. But the whereabouts as they are being released or rescued, I think I thought that there are some information that are classified when it comes to security and governance. So let us leave it at that, while they are still making more endeavor to release others. Then the act of PDP having contemporary leadership. Mr. Arako, the issue is that we have said before, the court is to verify which one is the authentic, while they are working simultaneously. But the issue is that before we begin to know, we will see from the foundation, we actually are not abiding people. We know the one that is fake. And what you have to understand, we can said before, and which is truth, the party that is being rooted in, then strangers came in, they accepted, they adopted. Now, want to come and pushing away from the party, and doing things that are not called for, all things that are heard of in the party. He can stand that. He will fight it. And if you look at it very well, he is the only one that has been shouting that PDP is not dead, that PDP is alive. And if you come to the side of the governor, for the one who will not even a single period, that's where they are driving to. In a situation whereby you only return to assemblies before, and the ones that are not clearly done, you want to openly return them, and you don't want to bring a new list. Okay, to yourself, I think I'm going to River State, to work, tell me Tarako. Now, what the government is doing now is not taking up the game back. Let me say, that is not taking it back to where we don't even know where. Now the assembly has gone on the test, now they are putting on the assembly. Now, why won't the assembly defend? Because you don't even know how the government is working. You understand? So to me, I would say we should call the government to order that the is going, it's not good. River State is the diverse state.
Okay. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, SOC.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
I'm calling from Ugumi.
All right. Go ahead.
Mr. SOC, can you see now that we have started again after pretending and claiming, alleging even that there is peace in River State politically, Mr. SOC? Have you seen the mathematics and the strategy in which they had now ambushed for the second time the governor again? And I hope that this time around, Mr. Governor will not utter a word. Out of 27 House of Assembly members, now 17 had decamped. Glory be to God. At last, they had agreed to cross carpet into another party. What is the remaining 10 doing? Is our governor safe? Is he now a PDP governor or APC governor?